So, at the end of the methods of differentiation, we have two important theorems. One is Rolle's theorem and another is mean value theorem. What are these theorems? As we know in the English language, for example, first we study the language and then we study their properties, just like noun, pronoun, verb, like that. So here also we have studied the method of differentiation and then now we are studying their properties. The first property is due to the Rolle's theorem. Rolle's theorem. So what is Rolle's theorem? See here, here a function f from the closed interval ab to the set of real number r is such that first one, it is f is continuous in the closed interval it is ab, and second point is f is differentiable in the open interval ab, and third one is f of a is equal to f of b. Then if these three conditions satisfied, then there exists, this is the sign for there exists, a point C in the open interval AB such that it is f dash C is equal to it is 0. This is the theorem. Now to understand this, let us consider one by one. Now consider these two figures, let us draw. Or we can consider this figure also. So here let us understand what is the meaning of these three conditions. First condition says that f is continuous in the closed interval AB. We know when we say closed interval, it includes all the points which are there in between A and B as well as the extreme point A and B also. So that is called it is closed interval. And now continuous means you look to this, suppose we have this is this curve represent it is the function f, suppose, and or this also we can take two examples. This is the function. We see that from the A to B the curve has having no break. That's why it is continuous in the closed interval AB, including the endpoint also it is continuous. There is no break here. But the first thing, f is differentiable AB. How do you say that a particular curve which we have drawn is differentiable or not? So we see that we should see for differentiability of a curve, at each point of the curve we should be able to draw a unit tangent. So if you are not able to draw a unit tangent, it is not differentiable. So you can see from x is equal to a to b, along all the points which are there from P to Q, we can draw only one tangent at a point. So therefore it is differentiable. Similarly here also it is differentiable, including the that is open interval AB. That means here it may not be differentiable at end point. We don't bother about that. That's why we have two different here. For continuity we have to apply the closed interval. For the differentiability it should be applied for the open interval. And moreover, what about the third condition? F of A is equal to F of B. That is the perpendicular drawn from the point, from the curve to the x-axis. That is, this is the point, this is the length of the perpendicular F of A, and here is the length of perpendicular F of B. You can see these two lengths are equal. Similarly here F of A is 0 and here F of B is also 0. So therefore in both the curve it satisfies the given condition. So now these two curves are such that they satisfy all three conditions of Rolle's theorem. Then what Rolle's theorem is says that there exists at least one point x is equal to c such that f dash c is equal to 0. Again, what is the meaning of f dash c? F dash c means it is the slope of tangent drawn to the curve fx at the point x is equal to c. So, and when we say that f dash c is equal to 0 means we know the slope of x-axis is 0, or any line which is parallel to x-axis has slope 0. So the slope of this 0 means at least there exists at least one point on the curve such that the slope of the tangent to the curve will be 0, means the tangent will be parallel to x-axis. As you can see, and this is the slope of the tangent, it is parallel to x-axis. Similarly here also you can see there are 3 points, and the theorem is this is the theorem as evident. It is evident by the proof of this Rolle's theorem. Now we study regarding the numerical. Verify Rolle's theorem. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function equal to x square plus 2, where a is equal to minus 2, b is equal to. First we see that whether the given function satisfy all three conditions of Rolle's theorem or not. So here first one. Now you see here we have it is y is equal to x square plus 2. It is a polynomial, and we know, we have studied it already, that every polynomial is a continuous function. Therefore is a polynomial therefore it is continuous. In the closed interval it is minus 2 to it is plus 2. First condition. Second condition. Now y is equal to x square plus 2 and y dash or dy by dx is equal to it is 2x. Now we have to see that we have differentiated it. Now we have to see that for any value of this interval, the value of this dy by dx or derivative becomes infinite or not. No, for no value it is infinite. That means it exists. Derivative exists. dy by dx exists. Exists in the open interval minus 2 to 2. Because why it exists means it does not become infinite or it does not vanish. That's why it exists. So therefore y is differentiable. Y is differentiable in the open interval minus 2 to 2. Third one. Now f of a. F of a means the value of a is minus 2 here. Minus 2. Substitute here. Minus 2 square plus 2. That is equal to 6 here. And here f of b. That is equal to f of 2. That is equal to 2 square plus 2. That is also 6. You can see. Therefore, f of minus 2 is equal to f of 2. Therefore, this function satisfies all three conditions of Rolle's theorem. By the Rolle's theorem, there should exist a point on which f dash x becomes 0. Therefore, y is equal to x square plus 2 satisfies all conditions of Rolle's theorem. All conditions of Rolle's theorem. Rolle's theorem. Therefore, there exists a point C which belongs to the interval minus 2 to 2, because that was the interval given, such that it is dy by dx is equal to 0 at that point. Now dy by dx means already we have seen that dy by dx we have calculated it is 2x is equal to 0. Or at the point x is equal to c is there, we can write it is 2c is equal to 0, c is equal to 0. That means there exists a point 0 in the open interval such that it satisfies the given condition. That means Rolle's theorem is verified. Therefore, which belongs to the open interval minus 2 to 2. Hence, therefore, theorem is verified. Theorem is verified. So we get a value c which is there inside the interval in which the derivative becomes 0. Rolle's theorem. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function square plus 2x minus 8. X belongs to minus 4. That's a 1 by 1. Now let us see here it is fx is equal to it is x square plus 2x minus 8 is a polynomial. And we know every polynomial is a continuous function. Therefore, fx is continuous in the closed interval minus 4 to 2. Next point. Now f dash x, whether it exists or not. So it is 2x plus 2. Differentiation of fx with respect to x. So f dash x. And you see that this quantity f dash x, it exists in the interval minus 4 to 2. It is not becoming infinite for any value which is there inside. So therefore exists in the open interval minus 4 to 2. Therefore fx is differentiable. Now third one, let us find out f of a, that is f of minus 4. That is minus 4 square plus 2 into 4 minus it is 8 here. That is, now f of it is 2 here. That is equal to 2 square plus 2 into 2 minus 8. Substitute x is equal to plus 2. And you can see that is also 0. So therefore, f of minus 4 is equal to f of 2. Therefore, you see, given function satisfy all three conditions of Rolle's theorem. Therefore, fx satisfies all conditions of Rolle's theorem. All conditions of Rolle's theorem. Rolle's theorem. Therefore, there exists a point C belongs to the open interval minus 4 to 2 such that it is f dash C must be equal to it is 0. So how to find out f dash C? Here we have f dash x here. Just put x is equal to C. That is 2c plus 2 is equal to 0. 2c is equal to minus 2, c is equal to minus 1. We see that the value of c for which f dash c becomes 0, it is there inside the interval, it is there in between minus 4 and 2. Therefore, theorem is verified. Theorem is verified. Theorem is verified. The procedure is like that. Directly verify means first we have to, one side we have to show that all three conditions of Rolle's theorem should satisfy. Another, we should see that we take a point C and we show that for f dash C the point lies inside the interval, which gives the verification. Examine if Rolle's theorem applicable for the following functions. For the following functions. Fx is equal to greatest integer function x. X belongs to it is 5 and 9. If Rolle's theorem is to be applied to any function, the function should satisfy all three conditions. Let us check up. We know the greatest integer function is not continuous at all integral values. We have the integral values here because 5 and 9 are the endpoints. If you see the point in between, integral value between 6, 7, 8. At these 3 points, it is not continuous. When it is not continuous, it is not differentiable. Therefore, it is neither continuous nor differentiable in the open interval, and therefore we can see that if two conditions are not satisfied, there is no need to go further. It is because it don't satisfy the condition, we cannot apply the theorem. We should write down. Since fx is equal to this x is not continuous in the closed interval 5 and not differentiable. Not differentiable in the open interval 5. And moreover, f of it is 5 is equal to it is grade 5 is nothing but 5 only. F of 9 is equal to it is greater simplify is 9 only. They are not equal. F of 5 is not equal to f of 9. So all three conditions are not satisfied. Therefore, all three conditions of Rolle's theorem are not satisfied. Therefore, Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. Similarly, they may give any interval. See that whether if integral values are there inside the integral, it will not be continuous and not be differentiable. And Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. That's all. Condition is not satisfied, the theorem cannot be applied. All three conditions should satisfy. That is important. We have to see the applicability of the Rolle's theorem. Fx is equal to x square minus 1 for x belongs to it is 1 to 2, close interval 1 to 2. Now, we see whether the conditions are satisfied or not. First one, since, there is no need here, since fx is a polynomial, it is continuous everywhere. In particular, fx is continuous in the closed interval 1 to. And let us differentiate it f dash x, that is 2x, which exists in the open interval 1 to. Therefore, fx is differentiable in the open interval 1 to. Let us see the third condition. F of 1 is equal to 1 square minus 1, that is equal to 0. F of 2 square minus 1, that is equal to 3. So you see here, therefore, f of 1 is not equal to f of 2. Third conditions of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. We cannot apply the Rolle's theorem. Third condition of Rolle's theorem is not satisfied. Therefore, Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. Rolle's theorem cannot be applied. Next important theorem, that is mean value theorem. So, mean value theorem. Mean value theorem, that is, if a function AB to R is differentiable, is continuous in the closed interval AB and differentiable in the open interval, it is AB. Then mean value theorem says that then there exists a point C which belongs to the interval AB such that it is f dash C is equal to f of B minus f of A divided by it is B minus A. So if you see carefully, it is nothing but the extensions of Rolle's theorem. Where Rolle's theorem, the two conditions are same, continuity and differentiability. Third condition is not there here. if whenever two conditions are satisfied, then mean value theorem says that there will be at least one point C on which the value of f dash C is equal to f of b minus f of a b minus a. Rolle theorem says that f dash C is equal to 0, but he has given the value of f dash C. Let us understand the geometrical meaning of this theorem. So now let us draw a curve. Suppose this is the curve A, and here is the curve, suppose it is B. Here is the curve B. Now it is at the point x is equal to A, it is at the point x is equal to B. Now the curve under study is the curve AB in the interval AB. Now first, now here it is A. We know the length of perpendicular from y is equal, this is the curve, y is equal to fx. Then this will be f of A, and here it will be f of B. Therefore, the point A is given by, the point A is equal to x coordinate is A and y coordinate is f of coordinate of the point A here. Coordinate of point A here. And coordinate of point B will be here B f of B. Now let us join AB. So AB is called secant. A line which cut a curve at 2 points is called secant. When a line when a line meet a curve at only one point, it is called tangent. So it is secant. So slope of secant AB is equal to, it is y2 minus x1 y1 x2 y2, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, that is the slope of secant. Now here first this is there. Moreover, let us take a point here. So here, now f dash C is slope of tangent to the curve y is equal to fx at x is equal to C. Now first let us see here. First here you see the curve AB, which is representing y is equal to fx, it is continuous curve in the interval AB, including the endpoints also. And moreover, at each point of the curve, we are able to draw only a single tangent. So therefore, it is differentiable. So then here, this means slope AB is the value of, this is the right hand side value of the mean value theorem, gives the slope of the secant AB, and f dash C is equal to 0 gives the slope of tangent at this. They are same, means the slope of tangent to the curve at least one on C is parallel to the secant AB. That gives the mean value theorem. Therefore, we can say that then here it is the slope of tangent to the curve fx at x is equal to C is parallel to the secant A, joining 2 points of the curve. So that gives the geometrical interpretation of the mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. X square minus 4x minus 3 in the interval AB, where A is equal to it is 1, B is equal to 4. A is equal to 1, B is equal to it is 4. Here, first one, see here, fx is equal to x square minus 4x minus 3 is a polynomial. Therefore, it is continuous in the given interval 1 to 4. First one. Also f dash x, that is 2x minus 4, which exists in the open interval 1 to. There exists a point C one to such that it is f dash of C is equal to f of B minus f of A divided by it is B minus A. F of B, that is f of it is 4 here. 1 4 f of 4. So that is given by it is f of 4 minus f of 1 divided by 4 minus 1. F of 4, substitute the value. 4 square minus 4 into 4 minus 3 minus f of A, that is 1 square 4 into 1 minus 3 divided by it is 3. Therefore, you see here it is given by f dash C is equal to it is 3 plus 6 by it is 3. That is equal to here f dash C is equal to 0. What is the value of f dash C here? It is there here. Therefore, 2C minus 4 is equal to minus 1 4. Therefore, theorem is verified. Theorem is verified. (2.5) belongs to the it is interval. Therefore, it 5 mean value theorem. Mean value theorem. Fx is equal to minus 5x minus 3x in the interval 1 3. In the interval procedure we adopt. First we write since fx is equal to x cube minus 5x square minus 3x is a polynomial. Therefore it is continuous everywhere in particular given interval. In the interval 1, and f dash x is equal to, you see here, 3x square minus 10x minus 3, which exists in the open interval 1 3. It is not becoming infinite for in this interval for any value. Therefore, fx is differentiable. Therefore, there exists a point C belongs to it is 1 by 3 such that it is f dash of c is equal to f of b, b means f of 3, minus f of a, that is 1, 3 minus 1. F dash c, let us substitute the value. 3c square minus 10c minus 3 is equal to f of 3. It is 3 cube minus 5 into 3 square minus 3 into 3 of 1, that is 1 cube minus 5 into 1 square minus 3 into 1 divided by it is 2. We have to simplify and show, we have to see that, show that c belongs to the index interval. Let us simplify. 3c square minus 10c minus 3, it is equal to 3c square minus 10c minus 7c minus it is 3c plus 7 is equal to 0. So c is common, 3c minus 7 minus 1 is common, 3c minus 7 is equal to 0, c minus 1, 3c minus 7 is equal to 0, c is equal to 1 for this bracket and c is equal to 7 by 3 is for this bracket. So here c is equal to 1. C, because c is at the end point, we don't accept its value. 7 by 3 means it is 2 point something. What is that value? C3 approximately, which belongs to the interval 1 3. It is less than 3 quantity and more than 1. It is there inside this integral, hence the theorem is satisfied. So this completes the differential calculus, and now we have to do the application for that.